Now in Good Morning Northwest, women's health care access in Washington faces a major setback. Why millions in funding cuts could mean fewer cancer screenings and wellness exams for thousands of patients.
Now, I've got everything you need to know to plan your Memorial Day weekend and what you should be alert for as the weather starts heating up.
And as state funding disappears for a beloved children's book program, local businesses rally to fill the gap. The fight to save the Dolly Parton Imagination Library just ahead. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Friday, May 23rd. Welcome to the end of your week. You made it. Let's start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray to look at that first alert forecast, one that I'm sure a lot of people are paying attention to today.
Oh, yes. I'm sure a lot of people taking a look this morning. Well, things are pretty nice today. We've got a little bit of cloud cover, but otherwise, for the most part, we are seeing some nice conditions, some sun filtering through those clouds and temperatures in the 40s. Now, it's not this nice everywhere to start our day. We have been telling you about the possibility of a little bit of fog out there in some places. And take a look. This is Old Town, just across the state line from Newport. It's out there somewhere. It's out there somewhere, so we do have some fog around some of our northern valleys this morning. Give it a couple hours, we'll see the sunshine pop out, and we are all getting set for a warmer day across the inland Northwest. Finally, we've been in the 50s or the low 60s for over a week now. Well, we're about to get up to the middle and upper 60s, which is about average this time of the year this afternoon. And this is just going to be the very start of a pretty quick warming trend that's going to take us through our Memorial Day weekend. So if you perhaps want to hang out by a body of water, you're kind of like Saturday and Sunday. The 80s are back in many areas, but it is not all picture perfect this weekend. We do have some storms we're going to be watching for on Memorial Day itself. So we'll take a closer look at your Monday forecast coming up here in a little bit.
Matt, thanks for following some breaking news just into our newsroom. The Trump administration is escalating its fight with Harvard University, ordering the school to remove thousands of international students.
And we just learned that Harvard is suing the Trump administration over that ban. The suit comes a day after the Department of Homeland Security revoked Harvard's ability to enroll foreign students under the F-1 visa program. It also says current students must transfer or face losing their legal status. The university calls the move unlawful and retaliatory.
I was shocked, like were so many of my colleagues. This is something that cannot be done in the United States.
The policy could affect more than a quarter of Harvard's student body, with more than 6,700 international students enrolled last year. The lawsuit calls the revocation a blatant violation of the First Amendment, the Due Process Clause, and the Administrative Procedure Act.
Access to women's health care in Washington is in danger. A program meant to address the sharp increase for demand in services is now losing more than half of its state funding. The Abortion Access Project was created after the surge of patients seeking care when Roe v. Wade was overturned. This funds staff, security, and patients' assistance. Now this program faces an $8.5 million funding cut.
It's incredibly disappointing, especially in a state like Washington, which has prided itself on having really strong policy for access to abortion.
Planned Parenthood says that these cuts may lead to reduced services and turning patients away. More than 90% of patients receive primary care at these facilities, including wellness exams and cancer screenings.
We are following breaking news out of Pend Oreille County. This morning, deputies are asking for your help finding a 71-year-old man with dementia who has been missing since the weekend. This is Denny Salvatore. He was last seen around noon on Saturday, May 17th at his apartment, which is about 6 miles northwest of Newport. Denny is 6'1", around 150 pounds, with gray hair and green eyes. He was last seen wearing a maroon flannel shirt, no pants, and no shoes. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call the Pend Oreille County Sheriff's Office. That number is on our website. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Okay. Earlier this week, United Way received a $10,000 check from a local Walmart group for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. This program provides a free book once a month to children from the moment they're born until they're 5 years old.
Now, the state of Washington used to match the funding for this program, but the Imagination Library was notably left off the most recent budget, making donations like these more important than ever. In a story new here on Good Morning Northwest, Mary Sheridan spoke to those most impacted by this program, families.
We got signed up almost immediately, and we've loved it.
Many Many families learn about the Imagination Library through word of mouth. Self-proclaimed girl dad Jeffrey Eastman says his 2 girls have been enrolled for just over a year.
They're kind of spot on, and it's kind of a wide variety of different books too. Ones that we probably would never have looked into getting.
Every month, 2 free books arrive in the family's mailbox. One fit for his 5-year-old and one at a level that 2-year-old Kinley can understand too.
The girls are always super excited whenever we go to the mailbox. They're always, did I get a book? Did I get a book? Not yet. And then when they do, it's kind of a go home and open it up right away and start reading it.
Experts say any program that gets young kids excited about reading is a step in the right direction.
It's a skill that you need for the rest of your life. So inspiring that early is so important for our children.
I spoke with President and CEO of United Way, Dan Dent, ahead of these looming cuts in March. He told me that without help from the state, United Way would either have to raise the extra funds themselves, or June would be the last month kids like Kinley would receive a book in the mail. On Tuesday, Governor Ferguson signed the 2025 to 2027 budget into law, which did not include funds for the Imagination Library. But the program will survive into July, thanks to a $10,000 donation from the Walmart Foundation Fund.
We want all of our kids to have great opportunities to be literate, educated, and be successful, and that's going to help us all thrive. So
Clinton says Walmart is encouraging other businesses to help out nonprofits like these. United Way says it's still exploring avenues for more reliable funding.
Close them?
I want this one.
In Airway Heights, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
So cute. Oh, it's so great. What a great program. It's now 6 minutes after 6.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray as we start off our Friday here. Yeah, some of that fog still up there.
Yeah, a little bit cloudy at times at Lookout Pass. The one thing you don't see, though, is snow. It is pretty much all gone here. It's a little early. I'll show you what the real impact of that fast melting snow is in our area coming up.
A holiday weekend nightmare unfolding right now as a powerful nor'easter slams the northeast. How it could affect you if you have a flight this Memorial Day weekend.
And are you looking for some fun weekend plans outside? A brand new trail with some stunning views just opened, and it's closer than you might think. We'll take you there right after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
This Memorial Day at the Tin Roof, get 30% off store-wide. All the best brands at 30% off. Custom dining, custom living, custom bedroom, everything's 30% off. Hurry in for Memorial Day savings only at the Tin Roof.
Fred's Appliance is veteran-founded and family-owned locally since 1962. Come check out what's in stock and on sale this Memorial Day, like the GE 2-in-1 washer and dryer. Save $700 on this unique and innovative appliance. Seamlessly wash and dry large loads without the need to transfer clothes between machines. Get added value with a free riser at the time of purchase. This exclusive Fred's Appliance offer won't last long. At Fred's, we have thousands of items in stock, making us the most convenient choice.
It's a 4-day price crash. Today through Monday at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene. As Cal loads up the lots full of hot buys and is offering up to 110% trade-in value for your old ride. Plus delaying all payments until August 1st so you can get a new upgraded vehicle and pay less with incredible financing. Get your new vehicle this week at Cal.
So according to Mr. Washington, we deserve a little room upgrade.
That won't be necessary.
Okay, how about a second opinion from the other Mr. Washington?
Are you a Camus Rewards member?
Yeah, why?
It's the only local players card that gives you the lowest possible rates on rooms and room upgrades, not to mention food and drinks throughout the property.
So I'm taking these back, right?
Membership matters with Camus Rewards, only at Northern Quest.
It's the Click It RV Spokane pre-Memorial Day sales event. Huge manufacturer's discounts from Forest River, StarCraft, and more. Get 0 down financing and no payment for 90 days. And get top dollar for your trade. And as our way of saying thank you, active military and veterans get a $500 parts and service card. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. And get a 65-inch TV with every purchase. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So don't miss the Click It RV Spokane Spokane pre-Memorial Day sales event, May 18th through the 30th.
This Memorial Day at the Tin Roof, get 30% off store-wide. All the best brands at 30% off. Custom dining, custom living, custom bedroom, everything's 30% off. Hurry in for Memorial Day savings only at the Tin Roof.
It is 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. This morning, the man accused of shooting 2 staff members of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. is charged with murder.
Police identified the victims as Yaron Linchinsky and Sarah Milgram, a young couple planning to get engaged at an upcoming trip to Jerusalem. The suspect is now in custody, identified as 31-year-old Elias Rodriguez. He faces a list of federal charges, including the murder of foreign officials.
This morning, more than 45 million Americans are set to travel this holiday weekend, but a strong nor'easter is already derailing plans for some. The storm potentially wiping out holiday barbecue plans with cold rain, temperatures in the 40s, and wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour expected. Air traffic control staffing issues have prompted the FAA to temporarily cut the number of planes allowed to take off and land there. And now weather threats could make a bad situation even worse this weekend.
And meanwhile, back at the ranch, 10-second takeaway for your weather. We are heating up. We're drying out. Things looking pretty good for most of your Memorial Day weekend, but on Memorial Day itself, we're on the lookout for storms. More on that coming up.
If you're looking to stretch your legs and enjoy the outdoors this weekend, there's a spot not too far from downtown Spokane that you might want to check out.
Yeah, Palisades Park in West Spokane celebrated a significant milestone with the ribbon cutting for a 100-acre expansion. The city of Spokane acquired this land in 2022. This expansion features a brand new North Trail Loop. If you haven't visited Palisades yet, be ready to enjoy breathtaking views of downtown Spokane and a pristine, relatively untouched natural area. That's part of why establishing a trail here was so crucial.
The new trail is basically the public's avenue for enjoying this wonderful addition to the park.
Another benefit of the trail is that it guides people through marked areas designed to have the most minimal impact on the surrounding nature.
A lot of people are probably going to be out hiking this weekend.
I know you're planning on it.
Well, one of these days, got to get outside, but you'll have a lot of fun. Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:12.
A town rising from the ashes gets help from an unexpected source. See how Malden residents and some hooved helpers are working together to prevent another disaster next.
And as we prepare to take you to a break, here's a live look at the gorgeous flowers at Manitou Park. I'm sure a popular place this weekend. Hey, the park bench opening up today.
Right.
Very exciting. Go get some ice cream. Thanks for starting your Friday morning with us. We'll see you after the break.
Shopping for quality tires, but afraid you're paying too much?
You'll find you can trust Perfection Tire for the best deals on Cooper tires and other top quality brands.
Save even more with Cooper Tire rebates going on now. Nobody beats perfection.
It's a 4-day price crash. Today through Monday at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene. As Cal loads up the lots full of hot buys and is offering up to 110% trade-in value for your old ride. Plus delaying all payments until August 1st so you can get a new upgraded vehicle and pay less with incredible financing. Get your new vehicle this week at Cal.
You expect more from your morning news. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
The scammer is posing as law enforcement.
Breaking news.
Immediate evacuation order.
A forecast that helps you plan your day.
Breezy today.
You expect more in the mornings. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Cindy Perger. She manages the My Bag program, which provides everyday necessities for children whose families have abused or neglected them.
Cindy is a devoted volunteer, helping hundreds of children get the essentials they need as they transition into foster care.
I see the backpacks on the shelf ready to go, and it's very satisfying to know that we're here helping those kids.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family. At Craig Swamp & Associates, we treat every client like one of our own.
We're not just a business. We're a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swamp & Associates, it felt like I was talking to family. They got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
Call Craig Swamp & Associates and let us show you what it means to be treated like family. Just one call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Welcome to Wonders of the World. Come feel the magic inside. Fascinating and powerful crystals from the dawn of time. Incredible natural wonders and prehistoric artifacts. And talk about magic, you should come to Fantasyland. Thousands of pieces of fabulous jewelry and literally millions of beads. Remarkable, astonishing, and whimsical. Come visit Wonders of the World. There's magic inside, and you can take some home.
Do you have a favorite high school athlete that deserves special recognition? Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite female and male athlete. Each winner will receive Papa Murphy's Pizza for a whole month. 4 News Now, Player of the Month, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Regular visits to your local Perfection Tire can ensure your car's safety and dependability.
With factory recommended maintenance, you increase your fuel efficiency as well as maintain your vehicle's value.
Nobody beats perfection.
4 News Now is brought to you by WSECU.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:15. The town of Malden has spent the last 4 years rebuilding since the Babb Road fire destroyed virtually every building in town.
And community members have some four-legged friends to thank for the progress that's been made to clean up the town after this devastating fire. 4 News Now's Madeline Mullins has the story you're seeing first on Good Morning Northwest.
We have done a lot in the last 4 years.
A town hall, post office, and fire station. These are just some of the brand new buildings you would see if you took a drive through Malden.
Those are just a few of the projects that we've been working on. We're still, in the recovery of the town.
You may also see these guys. 375 goats eating away.
Well, these goats behind me are not just snacking. They're actually hard at work eating up dead grass and weeds and getting this property ready for fire season.
These goats belong to Les Camp, owner of Lachey Goat Rentals. Each spring, he brings these goats to towns all over eastern Washington to help them reduce their wildfire risk.
And they do a great job of knocking down the foliage around on the ground on wildlands. They'll pretty much clean it down to the ground, so they do a great job of reducing that ladder fuel.
The goats have been coming to Malden every year since the fire.
When we first came in here the year after the fire, the weeds were waist high and we could hardly walk through them.
The community says they're making a difference.
We had a fire, an 80-acre fire on the outside of the town. And with the support of farmers and other fire crew, we were able to get that fire under control quickly, and it never came into the town, which is exactly what we want.
And inspiring the rest of the town to do their part to protect all the progress that has been made.
It was inspiring, some of the locals to start going out and getting ahead of it and mowing it down. So now it's getting better and better, and the town's really looking nice. They're doing a great job down here. And we're very proud to be part of it.
And if you're worried about these goats working too hard, I wouldn't worry too much. They are getting a free meal out of it. In Malden, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
I'd say that's some good compensation for them.
Yeah, I don't think they mind at all.
No.
Here is a live look. Beautiful, beautiful start. This is at Manitou Park, where the flowers are blooming. Tons were planted just yesterday and have been for the last couple of days.
It is gorgeous down there right now.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Like I said earlier, popular spot. Park bench opens today.
Yep, get a beverage and yummy snacks and
take a little walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so looking like a great weekend, but it's going to be a warm weekend, and we know what that means. More melting snow, cold water temperatures, and already snowpack's been a little tough this year. So we want to do something a little different. We want to get a little nerdy. We want to get a little in the weeds here.
Oh, yeah, get nerdy.
All right, so let's talk about some things, because a lot of people when they talk to me about snowpack, a lot of times it's wildfire related, and I don't want to discount that at all, but there's a lot of things that really the snowpack and how early or late it melts affects much more directly, and at least in my eyes is much more impactful. So let's start here at Lookout Pass, where there is absolutely not a single flake of snow on the ground. And while we wouldn't see much in what we would consider an average year on this camera view at this point in the year, this is the snowpack chart for Lookout Pass. There's a monitoring station here at the pass, this light green line. It might be a little hard to see, but this is the average. And then this is the line for this year. So we melted out here about a week early, just a couple of days ago. Now, eventually that all translates into what's flowing through the Spokane River. all of those mountains feed into Lake Coeur d'Alene, then feed into the Spokane River, which feeds down into the Columbia. And so this is the cubic feet per second, the CFS, the amount of water that's flowing in the Spokane River just below the falls. And then this blue line is the average. And boy, it is a whole lot different. Our peak actually ended up in April after some of that record heat that we saw at the end of March and all the snow melting that came along with that. And you know what's interesting to me when I look at this looks a lot like some projections that people who are a lot smarter than me have made about the flow of the Spokane River here in the future as we continue to see warmer springs and warmer summers. And so this orange line, 2040 to 2069, the projection for the flows of the Spokane River, you get a second peak kind of in late winter, and then the peak here is actually in April, not May, which has been the historical average. Kind of similar to what we've just seen, not just this year, but last year as well. And that translates, especially into June and July, when it comes to summertime water supply. Look at this. We're talking about projections of 60 to 75% less water in the river for June, for July as well. And then by August and September, it's so low that it doesn't really even matter. So that impacts the wildlife of the river. It impacts your recreation. Like when I was tubing last year on Labor Day and the wind was blowing me backwards because there was almost no current in the river. Gardening, water restrictions also become an issue as well, and becoming an issue earlier and earlier in the year. So if you liked this, sign up for my newsletter, The Brainstorm. It comes out later today. Go ahead. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Scan the little QR code there.
That is good stuff.
Right? It's fun, right? All right, very quickly. If you're busy, if you got to get going, here's your 7-day forecast. Saturday, Sunday, looking great. Monday, morning thunderstorms. If you don't have to go anywhere, stick around in the next half hour. We'll take a closer look at that Monday forecast, because obviously pretty important with a lot of people having a 3-day weekend.
Absolutely.
And really important what you just talked to us about. So much of it impacting us that we're not even thinking about.
Yeah, down the road.
Learning things with Matt. Love it. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:22.
Now, one of the Colorado Rockies' top prospects made his return to the Spokane Indians on Wednesday night, fresh off a wrist injury. Next in Morning Sports, hear from the former SEC Player of the Year and Dick Hauser Trophy winner on what it's like to play the game he loves so far from home.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here for the artists who dream, the audiences who feel, and anyone who revels in creative expression. For the shop owner who flips a sign at dawn and remembers your order by heart. For singing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" on a hot summer night. For the moment you realize your youngest son can fly. Here for the educators and mentors who create everyday aha moments. It's being here for community pride, 8 seconds of fury, and flavor obsessions. Here for when everything seems lost, rallying the community and building again. It means being here for the long haul in Cooley Dam, Sandpoint, and Pendleton. Here for your friends, for your family, for your neighbors. Here for you. STCU, here for good.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival, presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians, returns to Pend Oreille County June 14th and 15th. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and food vendors from across the region, this event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Get your tickets to hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings and fieldwork both Saturday and Sunday. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Bring the whole family out to the Coeur d'Alene Aviation Air Show and Expo. June 28th, high-flying acrobatics, including former pilots from both military and civilian backgrounds, will leave you breathless with their aerial stunts. Stroll through aviation exhibits and see military and vintage aircraft on display. Local vendors will be on site offering family fun and food. Plus, see an aerial firefighting demonstration. See the acrobats of the sky at the Coeur d'Alene Aviation Air Show and Expo, June 28th. Brought to you locally by Coeur d'Alene Aviation and Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace, and welcome back to Spokane. Charlie Condon, the top Colorado Rockies prospect, returning to the Lilac City after healing up a wrist injury. He's eager to get back to playing ball in the Rockies system. Condon was simply legendary for the Georgia Bulldogs, scoring an NCAA record 37 home runs in a season, winning not only SEC Player of the Year, but the Dick Hauser Trophy. That's the top player in D1 ball. The Rockies picked Condon 3rd overall in last season's draft, and he comes to Washington a long way from his hometown Atlanta. And we spoke to him about how he finds a home no matter where he's playing the game he loves.
Yeah, being out here a little bit last year, you know, it's weird being far from home, but at the same time, baseball kind of in itself is a little bit of my home. So, you know, you get back out on the baseball field, it feels like home, kind of regardless of where you are. You get in a team atmosphere like this with this group of guys, great organization, you know, everything starts to kind of feel like home no matter where you're at.
Condon helped his debut night pretty well with a pair of hits and a run added. And last night, Spokane Indians had another great offensive performance. They rattled off 7 runs in a 7-3 win over the Tri-City Dust Devils. Connor Eaton earned the W on the mound with a 7-inning, 6-strikeout performance, only allowing a single run. And on the offensive side, Spokane's Charlie Condon had 2 hits and a pair of RBIs, plus Braylon Wimmer and Cole Messina with multi-game hits. Indians return tonight at 6:35 p.m. for Game 4. That's all for Morning Sports. Check us out at 6 and Nightside tonight for more sports on 4 News Now.
Sure, be a fun night at Avista Stadium tonight.
Some good baseball weather. It's now 6:26.
The stigma around mental health is keeping some North Idaho teens from getting help when they need it most. Next, we'll show you the local resources that could save lives in our rural communities.
Plus, new details this morning about the deadly plane crash that sent rivers of fire through a San Diego neighborhood. Hannah Joy has an update on the crash and what we know about the 6 people on board that plane. Straight ahead. And as we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, gripping new testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial.
What are you expecting today?
Images of an alleged arson presented to the jury. The singed sports car belonged to a romantic rival.
'Cause day and night, the lonely loner seems to free his mind at night.
Scott Muscati, the rapper better known as Kid Cudi, who briefly dated Cassie Ventura in late 2011. He told the jury about an early morning phone call from Cassie. She told me that Sean Combs had found out about us. She sounded really stressed on the phone, nervous, scared. Muscati drove to pick her up when he said Combs' assistant called to say Combs was in his house. Not long after, Muscati testified he received a call that his Porsche 911 Cabriolet was on fire in his driveway. It looks like the top of my Porsche was cut open, and that's where they inserted the Molotov cocktail. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest from the trial. With your GMA First Look, I'm Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
So, we really need to see your LDL-C come down more to lower your risk of another heart attack.
I was afraid we had to do more.
Like what? I already exercise, take my statin, eat kale.
I can tell you're trying, but there's a high chance you'll have another heart attack.
I don't want to go through that again.
What else can we do?
Let's add Repatha.
Repatha plus a statin dramatically lowers LDL-C by 63% and drops the risk of having a heart attack by 27%. Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site.
So, I have your latest blood work here, and we did it. Your LDL-C came way down.
Listen to your heart. Lower your LDL-C and your risk with Repatha. Talk to your doctor.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Perfection Tire.
It's
It's Mistaqua Casino Hotel's 31st anniversary. We're celebrating by giving you the chance to win over $62,000 in cash and prizes, including adventures on a pontoon, on a flight to your favorite getaway, or your choice of a new car or cash. Play your favorite games now to earn entries at Mistaqua Casino Hotel. 31 years of jackpots, food, and fun. Learn more at Mistaqua.com.
This year, make it a summer to remember and get your toys ready for the great outdoors from the pros at Snows Auto. Check out the best brands of stereos and professional window tints. 20% off at Snows Auto.
Triple play! Triple play!
Wow! Rob even makes two-pointers look cool!
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Triple play!
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up to highlight and congratulate high school and college graduates. Send us a photo of your senior and 10 lucky students will be chosen to win a $50 gift card from STCU. Enter your senior photo today at KXLY.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Friday, May 23rd. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray with a look at our first alert forecast heading into a holiday weekend.
Yeah, Friday before a holiday weekend always feels good, no matter what the weather is, but the weather's definitely going to help today. A little bit of cloud cover over Spokane and Coeur d'Alene right now, but hey, it's going to be more sunshine than not today. And temperatures already in the mid-40s, so already starting to be a little bit warmer during the morning hours. We'll start to see that again. Now, not everybody is looking so pretty this morning. This is Old Town. We've been showing you this over the past hour where that fog is really socked in around the Pend Oreille River. So give it a couple of hours for things to heat up, and we'll see some sunshine for you as well. Other places like Colville, chance for some fog here today around St. Mary's and the St. Joe River as well. For this afternoon, temperatures right about average for this time of the year, but considering how cool it's been for the better part of the last 2 weeks, it's going to feel warm this afternoon in the upper 60s and low 70s for the Columbia Basin. And we get even warmer for your Memorial Day weekend. Saturday, mid-70s, 80s on Sunday, and then some changes you've got to be aware of, especially if you are spending a lot of time outdoors this weekend. Some storms that'll be coming in late Sunday night and early Monday morning. We'll take a closer look at these coming up.
Matt, thanks. It isn't always easy talking about your mental health struggles, especially if you are a teenager.
That's why all week long we've been having these conversations and taking a closer look at the struggle facing young people here in our community. And a story that's new here on Good Morning Northwest, Marissa Rio shows us how one North Idaho provider is tackling stigma and helping families.
We're in a rural area, which also is some of the barriers of why people don't get the mental health help that they need.
Diana Scott is a behavioral health navigator at Heritage Health in Coeur d'Alene. She works with kids and families, helping them navigate challenges that don't stop at the clinic doors. In smaller communities, she says teens aren't just struggling with anxiety or depression, they're also up against stigma and isolation.
Many families don't just want to talk about what happens in their four walls. They find that to be a deficit, not something that we should do. So, that stigma definitely is a barrier.
Diana encourages families to break that silence. Let your kids know they're not alone.
Just to open the door and say that, hey, I feel low too sometimes. Can I help you? Opening the door to say, I see you, I hear you, how can I help?
If you're not sure where to start, Diana says that's okay. Heritage Health has resources that can help you. Accessing mental health care in rural North Idaho can be difficult. That's why Heritage Health has these clinics over in Kellogg, Coeur d'Alene, and here in St. Mary's. In fact, this is one of the only places in town that offers these kinds of services. Heritage Health is trying to make sure teens and their families don't have to go too far for help. Transportation is another hurdle for North Idaho families. So Heritage Health offers resources to help patients get to the care they need, no matter their location or income. And if your family is struggling, Diana has one last message.
It's okay. We all have that moment in life where we might need that help. Just reach out and take it.
In North Idaho, Marissa Rio, for News Now.
Heritage Health offers a number of behavioral health resources such as therapy and psychiatric services that can help your family.
You can find more information on what's available and how to get in touch with them on KXLY.com.
Now, we want to take you inside a crisis resource here in Spokane, actively helping kids as young as the age of 12 with their mental health. Inland Northwest Behavioral Health is just up the street from the Sacred Heart Medical Center.
Yeah, because of patient privacy laws, INBH cannot talk about any current or former patients. What it can do is walk us through what it feels like to drop off your child for an inpatient psychiatric stay. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, patients and their parents begin with a free level of care assessment. Sometimes talking through environmental factors, safety levels, and symptoms with a social worker means staying overnight at INBH. And if that is the case, parents leave their children with their care team. It's important for parents to know this is the first step.
What would you say to a parent who finally does make that step and comes for help?
I would say they're in the right place. It can be hard, but what I see on a personal level, I have people in my life that have asked for my opinion because they know what I do. And oftentimes people are waiting for that moment. They're waiting for when I know, I'll know. And oftentimes my advice is it's not going to be as scary as you think it is.
Medication management and group programming are elements of patient care at INBH. Stephanie says the goal for every patient is getting home with the resources to continue their mental health journey. 6 to 7 days is usually the maximum stay for teens.
And we've been covering these stories all week long on the teen mental health crisis. To see all of this week's stories, head to KXLY.com and look for the Teens in Crisis tab in the news page.
We're learning new details this morning about a deadly plane crash in San Diego. 6 people were on board a small jet when it went down early yesterday morning, and it's believed that no one survived. Investigators say the jet hit some power lines while trying to land. Then moments later, this. Here you can see a home security camera caught the explosion on video. Shortly after, flames were ripping through the street, setting cars and homes on fire.
And there's fire all in front of my house. I didn't know. I just kept hearing explosions, and the fire was up to like right in front of my front door. So I'm trying to figure out how to escape with my kids.
Now, even with all that damage, nobody on the ground was killed, but families were trapped in their homes as the fire spread. The FAA says all 6 people on board the plane are dead. Some of those victims include prominent music agent Dave Shapiro and Daniel Williams, the former drummer of the band The Devil Wears Prada. As of now, the cause of the crash is under investigation. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy for News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Elevated levels of PFAS were found in Spokane Valley's water supply.
East Spokane Water District 1 says it is from chemicals used to fight a wildfire several years back and have seeped into the water supply. The Department of Health says these numbers are not any cause for concern, barely exceeding the state's maximum threshold for PFAS. But neighbors are frustrated because they weren't directly notified. The water agency posted a notice on the bulletin board outside its building and added a link with a notice on its website. Neighbors say there are better ways to notify them.
They could put it on the bill. They send us a bill, just put a notice on it.
Well, we asked the water district manager why it did not directly notify the neighborhood, and we're told they don't have every customer's email address, and going door to door for 1,500 clients would take some time. Good morning, Northwest time is 6:38.
We're checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray. A lot of us heading out of town this weekend for the holiday.
And if you are, we have been talking this morning about maybe some airport delays in the Northeast, but all the direct lines into and out of Spokane in the green this morning. So some good stuff there. And tell you what, travel for the next couple of days, all going to be easy. We'll talk about some changes for Monday coming up.
And still to come on Good Morning Northwest, a facility designed to improve patient care in Spokane now needs a financial lifeline. WSU's plan to secure private funding after lawmakers said no.
Plus, a rare bird with some distinctive crown on his head has flown the coop from a Seattle area zoo. Coming up, the search for the escaped crane and why locals are calling it the Phyllis Diller bird. That's next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
It's time to win big this May at the Kootenai Casino. We've got your Kootenai Falls Lodge Room ready, starting at the incredibly low rate of just $79 midweek. We'll even include 2 breakfast vouchers. And you'll love our $20,000 drawing, daily hot spins, and the $10,000 giveaway for Victoria and Memorial Day. Come play in May. Book today. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years.
And during the Memorial Day sales event, we're offering $1,000 extra on every trade-in. Plus, delayed payments for 120 days on all vehicles,
Including the new TRD trucks, loaded with options.
or the sporty 2025 RAV4 with great financing options available today.
So you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
Findlay Toyota's downtown. The big Memorial Day savings are on at Walker's Furniture with store-wide discounts on all your favorite brands and doorbuster deals like a 3-piece reclining set for just $999. Or pay over time with 5 years no-interest financing. No money down, no minimum purchase required. Beautiful new bedroom sets, stylish new sectionals, and quality new dining sets all on sale. Get the biggest savings of the season where quality just costs less. Walker's Furniture.
New York City's hottest hits are landing right here in Spokane. Join STCU Best of Broadway, live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. It's lights up on a thrilling new season. Moulin Rouge, the musical, The Notebook, Back to the Future, Some Like It Hot, and the epic return of Disney's The Lion King. You just have to be there. Get your season tickets and get swept away at shows.broadwayspokane.com.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Cindy Perger. She manages the My Bag program, which provides everyday necessities for children whose families have abused or neglected them.
Cindy is a devoted volunteer, helping hundreds of children get the essentials they need as they transition into foster care.
I see the backpacks on the shelf ready to go, and it's very satisfying to know that we're here helping those kids.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:41. The state legislature denied $50 million in funding for a WSU Spokane Team Health building. WSU originally estimated it would cost $37 million to build the health facility, but that number rose to $50 million. Now the university is looking to complete the project with private donors and partners instead.
What we're hoping for is better health outcomes. So if you're a patient, you want the caregivers to work as a team to help address your health issues. So that's what we were shooting for.
WSU expects construction to take 2 to 3 years once it finds the funds to get started.
Takeaways today in your forecast. We're going to be heating up out there. If you've been waiting for the warmth, it's coming over the next couple of days. Keep an eye out for some thunderstorms on Memorial Day. We'll take a closer look coming up.
At the Cougar Mountain Zoo near Seattle, it wasn't a flock of seagulls that ran so far away, you know the song, but a single rare bird that managed to sneak out of her habitat. This is the last known photo of the juvenile East African crowned crane. It escaped its enclosure earlier this week. Zoo officials say it was last spotted around Lake Sammamish State Park but flew east. Its distinctive plumage should make it easy to spot. It's often referred to as the Phyllis Diller bird due to its unique hairdo. Everyone on the lookout, but no luck finding the rare crane just yet.
Lots of eagles, but no cranes.
Are you going to look for a crane today?
I'm looking today.
Okay. What would you do if you see it?
I'm going to contact the zoo and let them know their missing crane has been found.
That's what zoo officials say. They warn anyone who sees the bird, do not approach her, but do notify the zoo immediately. The zoo says she was last seen hanging out with a group of wild great blue herons.
She's just spreading her wings, trying to make some friends.
She joined a gang, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's now 6:43.
Well, it was a busy week for Mark Peterson and the 4 News Now Extreme team, but all that hard work at Caritas Food Bank paid off big time in the form of a beautiful new space. We're taking a look at last night's big reveal and what still needs to be done when we come back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
What's for dinner? Shop Fred Meyer for appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
Consumer Reports used road tests, owner surveys, and safety ratings to name Subaru their 2025 most reliable and best overall automotive brand, and the Outback a recommended model.
Drive a new Outback with 3.9% financing at AutoNation Subaru.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza. The staff here is so friendly.
It's the best in the Northwest.
It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
My car is a big investment for me, and so if I want it done right, I take it to Car Wash Plaza for the touchless wash.
Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Winter Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett is an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Recreational fires can cause odors, smoke, and safety issues. You can help by following these rules. Keep your fire 2 feet high and 3 feet across, like this hula hoop. Burn only dry, natural firewood or manufactured logs, and keep all fires at least 25 feet away from structures. Attend the fire at all times and fully extinguish before leaving. Outdoor burning is restricted during fire danger conditions. Go to SpokaneCleanAir.org for details.
What's for dinner? Shop Fred Meyer for appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
Welcome back at 6:46. These are the volunteers who helped Mark Peterson and the Extreme team build a new home for one local food bank. For the last few years, Caritas Food Bank has been working out of a smaller building. They needed more space to help more people.
So Mark and the rest of the Extreme team rolled up their sleeves and transformed the basement of a church near Ashton Wellesley so the church could store and hand out even more food to families in need. Let's check in with our pal Mark Peterson for an inside look at this incredible transformation.
It's been another great project. The Caritas Food Bank, they will open June 2nd, but they will have this to work with when it's all said and done. This room is bigger than where they're currently housed with all the admin offices, the volunteer area, so it expands and goes way beyond. We've had 2 people already get lost. So we've got fresh paint with Rada Paint. Mountain States Electric has done all the lighting. We've also had, Titan Truck and Fran's Bakery helping us with pieces so that we have a beautiful ramp. Everything looks gorgeous, and we're going to continue to see things. These signs, Spokane Sunscreen, a beautiful job. Got it done, and we appreciate it. So I know we didn't mention everybody. We love everybody who helped us out, and we'll be back with another Extreme team. For the 4 News Now Extreme team at the Caritas Food Bank, I'm Mark Peterson.
Some awesome work in there. I can just imagine the shelves filled.
This is incredible. Look at our live video right now. This is Manitou Park right there in Duncan Gardens, where they've been planting feverishly, getting all of those beautiful flowers in. It's going to be gorgeous.
One of my favorite places when those start to bloom up.
Yeah, and they're going to love the sunshine this weekend. That is for sure. Going to be running the sprinklers too, because it's going to start heating up, drying things out pretty quickly here as well, as we've got a lot of warm weather ahead in the forecast, which, balances things out for the better part of 2 weeks. We have been struggling to get into the 60s, and, well, a lot of us failed again yesterday. Our high was only 56 degrees in Spokane. We are, though, about to finally get on track and get more towards kind of what we saw at the beginning of the month. Right now, 45 degrees, a little bit of clouds in the sky, not too bad, but, with our high only in the mid-50s yesterday, we're going to end up by 10 or 11 o'clock above that high from yesterday as we have a much more palatable weather pattern here, or a much warmer weather pattern. So this is about average for this time of the year. Temperatures in the upper 60s. We'll see some 70s today. Not expecting much, if anything, in the way of wet weather, maybe just 1 or 2 sprinkles up in the high northern mountains. And we continue to warm up all the way to the 80s on Sunday, and then some morning storms roll in and kind of mess things up for Memorial Day. So especially if you're spending a lot of time outside over this long weekend, you got to make sure you've got the proper gear if you are out at a campground Sunday night into Monday morning. So let's show you this now. We'll see hints of activity in the Cascades by Sunday afternoon, but still a nice looking day. And then look at this very quickly. Sunday night into early Monday, we start to see those showers and thunderstorms rolling in. They'll continue to track across our area through the morning hours. By noon, they're starting to work their way through North Idaho and getting out of here pretty quickly. And so we will calm down again by the end of the day. And then there is more warm weather to come. We'll show you that in your extended forecast coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The RV Expo sale is coming. Learn more at RVExpoSale.com.
This Memorial Day at the Tin Roof, get 30% off store-wide. All the best brands at 30% off. Custom dining, custom living, custom bedroom, everything's 30% off. Hurry in for Memorial Day savings only at the Tin Roof.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. We'll always be there on 4 News Now.
Bring the whole family out to the Coeur d'Alene Aviation Air Show and Expo. June 28th, high-flying acrobatics, including former pilots from both military and civilian backgrounds, will leave you breathless with their aerial stunts. Stroll through aviation exhibits and see military and vintage aircraft on display. Local vendors will be on site offering family fun and food. Plus, see an aerial firefighting demonstration. See the acrobats of the sky at the Coeur d'Alene Aviation Air Show and Expo, June 28th. Brought to you locally by Coeur d'Alene Aviation and Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
It's Missisquoi Casino Hotel's 31st anniversary. We're celebrating by giving you the chance to win over $62,000 in cash and prizes, including adventures on a pontoon, on a flight to your favorite getaway, or your choice of a new car or cash. Play your favorite games now to earn entries at Missisquoi Casino Hotel. 31 years of jackpots, food, and fun. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save and 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
This Memorial Day at the Tin Roof, get 30% off store-wide. All the best brands at 30% off. Custom dining, custom living, custom bedroom, everything's 30% off. Hurry in for Memorial Day savings only at the Tin Roof.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your time is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Friday with the Morning Sprint.
We have a gorgeous weekend ahead. Meteorologist Matt Gray has a look at our holiday weekend temperatures and some changes when it comes to Memorial Day Monday.
Hannah Joy in studio following breaking news out of Pend Oreille County.
But first, we're following breaking news. Harvard is suing the Trump administration over its international student ban. The Trump administration has ordered the school to remove thousands of international students. The Department of Homeland Security says Harvard can no longer enroll foreign students, and current students must transfer or face losing their legal status. The policy could affect more than a quarter of Harvard's student body. Harvard's lawsuit calls the revocation of blatant violation of the First Amendment, the Due Process Clause, and the Administrative Procedure Act. For updates on when this order could take effect, tune in to Good Morning America.
This morning, more than 45 million Americans are set to travel this holiday weekend, but a strong nor'easter is already derailing plans for some people. The storm potentially wiping out holiday barbecue plans with cold rain, temperatures in the 40s, and wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour expected. Air traffic control staffing issues have prompted the FAA to temporarily cut the number of planes allowed to take off and land there. And now weather threats could make a bad situation even worse this weekend.
Well, some tough weather on the other side of the country, but for most of this weekend, things are looking pretty good. And that starts with a nice day today. We're going to be warming up to right about average temperatures for this time of the year for the afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, a light wind, and our temperatures will be in the middle and upper 60s. As we head into the weekend, expect 70s and 80s. We won't have to worry about any active weather until we get to Monday. We'll show you more of that coming up in here in a few minutes.
We are following breaking news out of Pend Oreille County. This morning, deputies are asking for your help finding a 71-year-old man with dementia who has been missing since the weekend. This is Denny Salvatore. He was last seen around noon on Saturday, May 17th at his apartment, which is about 6 miles northwest of Newport. Denny is 6'1", around 150 pounds, with gray hair and green eyes. He was last seen wearing a maroon flannel shirt, no pants, and no shoes. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call the Pend Oreille County Sheriff's Office. That number is on our website.
Access to women's health care in Washington is in danger. A program meant to address the sharp increase for demand in services is now losing more than half of its state funding. The Abortion Access Project was created after the surge of patients seeking care when Roe v. Wade was overturned. This funds staff, security, and patient assistance. Now the program faces an $8.5 million funding cut. Planned Parenthood says these cuts may lead to reduced services and turning patients away.
The state legislature denied $50 million in funding for WSU Spokane Team Health Building. WSU originally estimated it would cost $37 million to build the health facility. That number, though, rose to $50 million. Now the university is looking to complete the project, but with private donors and partners instead. WSU expects construction to take 2 to 3 years once it does find funding to just get started.
Inland Northwest Behavioral Health in Spokane helps kids young as 12 years old facing mental health crisis. Just up the street from Sacred Heart. The facility can't discuss patients specifically, but they can explain what families experience. It all starts with a free 24/7 assessment. If needed, kids will stay overnight while parents leave them in the care of a professional team. Treatment includes medication therapy and planning for what's next. Most teens stay less than a week.
We've been covering stories all week long on the teen mental health crisis. To see all of this week's stories, go to KXLY.com and look for Teens in Crisis in the News tab.
The famous Route of the Hiawatha at Lookout Pass opens today. The gorgeous and scenic bike ride takes you through old train tunnels, across sky-high trestles, and down 15 miles of history. You can rent bikes, trail passes, and shuttle tickets all summer long at ridethehiawatha.com.
If you are looking to stretch your legs and enjoy the outdoors this weekend, there is a spot not too far from downtown Spokane you might want to consider. Palisades Park in West Spokane celebrated a significant milestone with the ribbon cutting for a 100-acre expansion. This expansion features a brand new North Trail Loop. If you haven't visited Palisades yet, be ready to enjoy breathtaking views of downtown Spokane and more.
Well, what's your favorite way to get outside? Send us your ideas. We're building a guide full of mostly free activities that you and your family can enjoy across the inland Northwest this spring and summer. Just head to KXLY.com/getoutside.
And as we get ready to send you off to a commercial break, here is another live look at the gorgeous flowers at Manitou Park.
Beautiful.
We will be back with a final check of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray coming up right after this break.
4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Huh, never a doubt. See our great selection of Tundras with backup assist technology and other advanced features at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
This year, make it a summer to remember and get your toys ready for the great outdoors from the pros at Snows Auto. Check out the best brands of stereos and professional window tints. 20% off at Snows Auto.
And we're looking over Spokane, a little bit of clouds this morning, but we'll see more sun than clouds today. And finally, it is the unofficial kickoff to summer this weekend, and our temperatures are really starting to warm up. We've got a couple of 80s on the board here, and we are going to be looking at, I think, maybe a 9 or 10-day stretch at least, where we see temperatures well above our average, which is in the upper 60s at this point in the year. So better get used to those 70s and 80s. They're going to be sticking around for a while. Here's a zoom in on your Memorial Day weekend. Keep an eye on the forecast, especially for Monday, for any potential changes, but it does look like we're going to have some storms in the area.
Thanks for starting your Friday with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
We'll see you throughout the morning on Good Morning America with live local updates.